Not as good as you.
Oh, much. Feels good, man. Feels good to get that first win. It was a team win. Defense played great. O-line played elite today. I believe we had 0 sacks versus that front. So, that's a great building point, and catch that momentum. Go on a run. Just keep working. Keep progressing, and keep doing what we're doing.
Can you walk us through what you saw on the 87-yard touchdown with Rasheed?
Yeah, we had that play dialed up. Knew what we were going to call going into that series. I told She just make that safety turn, and he had him spin. That corner bit down, and just great protection. Put the ball up, and he took it to the house. It was a good feeling.
When you let go of that, is the biggest mission to not overthrow it? You know what I mean? Because you see him coming free, it seems like you drop kind of a soft pass to him. Is that the biggest obstacle to not overthrow it?
Yeah, you just put it to a spot. It's hard to overthrow him. I put it towards that sideline so we can run under it, and connected really well. Rep it throughout practice, since training camp. So it's good for it to come to life, and was a play we needed in the game to bring some momentum, and that definitely turned some things around.
You guys have been chasing that explosive play the last 4 weeks. What does it feel like to finally have that in your bag now?
Yeah, I was, again, a defense that presented an opportunity for those shots. So we had it dialed up this game. Could have connected on a few more, I think, but it's good to get that one. You could see what one big play can do for a game. There was a few others, but overall, pleased with it. We got to finish in the red zone. Thought we were really good on third down today, and but still got to finish in the red zone a little better.
Is that the first time you've kind of gotten exactly what you wanted, look, play, opportunity, coverage, like all that kind of comes together, and on one of those shots?
This year? Yeah, this year I would say so. It was the perfect look. It was a great route, great protection, great call. But yeah, it was dialed up, and it was ran well, executed well.
And does that under center play action kind of help maybe create some of that, downfield turning your back, maybe getting the bite a little bit, and does that help create that look?
Yeah, I think so. Especially when you're going out on first down under center, running the ball. They might expect run, and then boom. Especially backed up, they might think we're trying to run, and then you get a shot. One play drive. That's always a great feeling.
Could you feel the difference in the crowd in the Superdome after that one play? It's like that's maybe the most awake they've been in a year.
Yeah, that was. It was nice to look around and see everybody dancing and turning up, and that was our message today. Let's put on for the home crowd. Let's go out there, make a statement and get a big win. And we needed a win. We needed those vibes, and it's definitely a much better feeling for sure.
What was it like for you to see your defense come up with those five?
It was huge. It was great to see. They played their tails off. Credit to them. They kept us in that game as well, and. We could do better. We could do a better job offensively, taking advantage of those turnovers, especially in plus territory. We gotta, we're getting down there to the red zone. Now, credit to the Giants; they did a great job with their coverage down there. Kind of eliminating some shots towards the red zone, end zone area. But we got to find a way, to score those points. And we had opportunities, and we left them out there. So that's room for improvement. But we'll clean it up going into this next week and try to hit those.
Like kind of an emotional lift getting Jason back a little bit today, and kind of what was that process like for you guys this week, only having a couple of days with him working with y'all?
Yeah, Taysom and Foster, having those guys back just brings great energy, great vibes. You heard the Who Dat chant. That got us rolling from the jump. Those guys, they're the heartbeat of our team, two of our top guys, and just having them on the field, on the sideline, dressed out, playing, it's a good feeling for all of us.
Spencer, you've had the bugaboo of being 0-10 as an NFL starter, but you get your first win. What does that mean for your first win?
It's big, you got to weather the storm. Just keep going, keep having the same process. The outcome will take care of itself. The past is the past. Now we're just looking towards the future. Keep stacking wins, keep some momentum going, and try to get W's every week.
Looking towards that future, what can a win like today kind of do for y'all momentum-wise moving forward?
Yeah, just seeing who we are, what we can be, and knowing we left stuff out there as well. I think that's a good thing. We left points out there. We could have scored way more. So there's definitely room for improvement, but it's good to get a win. It's an NFL game. It's not easy. Hard to come across wins in this league, and it's good to get one.
Spencer, Colin said that you got a game ball. What did that mean to you? What would you do?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. He got a game ball as well. Obviously, first win for him, first win for me. So it's a good feeling. Keep that ball at home. you know, and keep it for a long time, you know.
Your message to the fans after the game, it's like make a streak. How do you go about this?
Yeah, just keep doing our process, you know, week to week, day to day. Keep focusing on you know, our attack mode in practice and walkthroughs, whatever. We had a great week of practice. Probably had our best walkthroughs pregame, and you know, guys were just dialed this week. We knew it was like a must-win situation that was in our mind. So, you know, it's good to get a win at home, and just gotta keep it going, keep going.
How did you see the team kind of, we asked about it every week, but three of those losses were really close against really good teams. And how did you see the team kind of obviously get to this point?
Yeah, you know, we were close in a lot of these games, and you know, it comes down to a few plays each game, offensively, defensively, special teams wise, and we made just a few more plays than they did today, and that's how you win a game. You know, defense, obviously, you're going to win when you have a great turnover ratio like that. We protected the ball well. We protected the ball well all year, but it was good to have some explosives today, catch some momentum in the defense, how they played. It was great.
And you brought it up, I mean, this is like a low defensive front they had to get through today, no sacks. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. They've been great all year. You know, they've worked their tails off. That's not an easy front to deal with. A lot of speed, a lot of power, a lot of experience, and we had a great plan. We executed it well, got the ball out quick, and hit our shots when they were there, and moved the ball pretty well.
You mentioned your process a few times, and like obviously it's not just like lip service. You never really press when things aren't going your way, like a shot course passes. Like, how do you just stay within that, like even when things aren't going your way, and like not feel the pressure of like, man, I gotta win a game here or something like that?
You know, you just can't look too deep into it. You got to just kind of control what you can. I know I said that a lot, but you know, like I said, it's hard to come across wins. It's good to get one. You can't press, because if you press, you turn the ball over a few times, you're going to lose that game. So you got to protect the ball, number one, and then hit our shots when they're there. So that's what it comes down to. You know, those check downs that go for 10, 12 yards, those are huge plays in the game, just like an 87-yard touchdown. You know, so got to have a balanced attack, and feel like we do well today.
Not everyone can do that though. Like, are you ever like fighting that, like the urge to maybe go out and like throw a hero ball or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's always an urge, especially if you have the right look. We took a few today that we got like 4 PIs today, which is great. We knew they were a grabby man, defense, and knew we had those opportunities. So count those as explosives as well. You got to give your guys opportunities, because it's either 50-50 or in stride or a PI.
As you talked about it before, but first I would say this is what you've seen working with him over the course of this week.
Yeah, I mean, just a confident guy, smart guy, plays really hard. You could rely on him, so he's another great part of our offense. And Caesar's been like a good big bro to him, and that O-line room. Obviously, he's a younger guy, but he's playing his tail off. So he's gonna keep doing his thing.
Did you have to catch your wind after the machine scored, like you were chasing after?
Probably the fastest I ran all game. But yeah, you get excited, man. You get turned up, and you want to have that energy throughout the whole game. Those plays create energy for the whole team, the whole crowd, and we definitely want to have more of those going forward. Thank you.
Congratulations.